think you're special, you do.
I think you're special. All right, T-shirt. We're gonna learn how to print and iron on stuff. Okay, so let's take a look at the list here. Here's the rundown. I have to give you the okay first. Let me look at your thing and make sure it's good enough to print. You're gonna save a backup version for printing. You're gonna read the instructions that came with your transfers, your T-shirt transfers. You're gonna print it. You're gonna iron it on, and then most importantly, you're gonna put on that T-shirt. And you, my friend, will rock it. Okay, so let's take a look at the first thing. You got to read the instructions. Let's take a look at my instructions. Your instructions might be different. Now take a look. So read your instructions, but here's some general instructions that will be helpful. All right, number 1, make your design. Number 2, flip the image. If you're using the light fabric transfers, you have to flip it. Okay, you have to reflect it. If you're using the black ones, if you're using it on a black shirt, you don't have to. Okay, so trim it out. Okay, you don't want any points, sharp edges, because the sharp edges will peel off. Okay, all right, keep the edges rounded to avoid lifting during ironing. Okay, so you're going to use my blue table and you're going to iron it on. So the bigger, the longer, but the shortest amount you need to put that iron on is 45 seconds. Do not use steam. Do not use a steam setting. All right, cool it down and then peel the paper backing off of it, off the front. Okay, begin peeling the paper backing from the corner of the transfer. So there's paper backing on the front. You're going to peel that off. Okay. All right, and then let's see if there's any tips that are worth looking at. Do not use steam. Only use an inkjet printer, because the other kind of printers are laser jet printers, and they shoot hot laser beams, and these things melt when they're hit by heat. So, and I know this from experience, I tried to put one through a laser jet printer, it didn't work. Don't use an ironing board. All right, now let's take a look at the dark T-shirt transfers and see what the difference is. Okay, so the dark T-shirt transfer is, let's look. Okay, so on the dark T-shirt transfer, you design it, you do not flip it. You do not have to flip it for a dark one. So that you trim it the same way. You want to get rid of the excess material around. Oh, and by the way, so here's the deal. So let's say you're printing on a black shirt. Well, see this part right there? That's going to show up. So you print a little black around it to where this white stuff doesn't show up. Does that make sense? Okay, so if you're printing on a blue shirt, you should probably have like a little blue edge around here so it doesn't show up so bad. All right, don't use steam. Don't use an ironing board. And here's the deal. On these right here, you're gonna, when you iron it, you're gonna put a piece of tissue paper on top of it. Okay, and then you peel away the tissue that you had put on the top of it. Okay. Now, on this particular one, it comes with a backing on the back, and so you peel that thing off before you iron it on. Okay. So here's a little thing showing you. Sometimes it's hard to get the backing off. So on the black ones, on the dark shirt ones, you have to peel the backing off first. Okay, here's some instructions on how to do that. Okay, so there's some differences. Okay, make sure you read your instructions, or these instructions. All right. Okay, so now that we've got all this stuff, let's see what we're going to actually do. So we're going to go to here. Let's say this is my logo. Let's say that I'm printing it for a dark shirt. Well, I just leave it as it is. But if I'm printing it on a light shirt, I have to reflect it. So I click on this to select the text, and I press Control, and I click right there to select the image. So I select everything. Okay, so I select both the text and the image. Okay, so you're going to have to select everything, and then I'm going to go Object. I'm going to go to Transform. I'm going to go to Reflect, and I do not want to go up and down. I want to reflect this way, and I click OK, and it's reflected, and I move it where I want it. Okay, and then I'm going to save this file, Save As, and I'm going to save it as a backup version, logo reflected for print, and I'm going to save it. Okay, so now I want to print it. Now I've got it perfect. I've asked Mr. Miller. He says it's good. I'm going to go File, and I'm going to go to Print. It's not doing anything, so you gotta be patient. Be patient. Maybe we'll play some music while we're waiting. Oh, there it is. Okay, so now we're going to choose not the laser printer because it'll melt it, but we're going to use an inkjet printer. Okay, inkjet printer. So we choose the printer, and then we want to set it all up. So first of all, we look and make sure it's going to look good. Okay, and then we go to Setup, and it says, you don't really want to do this, and I say, yes, I do really want to do this. And so I'm going to make sure that is printing I go to the, choose a printer, choose the preferences, and I want to make sure that the color, let's go here, let's see where's that now. No, it's not going anywhere. Oh, there it is. I want to make sure that the print quality is the best. Okay, and I click OK because we don't want our logos to look ugly. We want to look good. Hit print, then I click print. Okay, but I'm not going to do it right now. All right, so make sure when you put your paper in, you put it the good side down. Put the side that you want printed on goes down. Okay. Side you go print on one goes down. The side you want printed on goes down. All right, so let's take a look and see if we have accomplished everything we want to. Let's see. Okay, so the only thing left is for you to rock it, and I can't really give you instructions on that. You either can do it or you can't do it. And sometimes if you practice at home in a mirror, you can get better at it. But normally it's just you either have that gift or not. Go do it. I'm using a new program. I don't even know how to turn the thing off. This is terrible. I don't know how to turn this thing off. You guys can quit listening right now, but I am going to try to figure out how to turn this thing off.